This is old Cam.
And this is not a spring chick, and today we're going to be talking about what's coming up with MBN and News Video Web, because you've been hearing a little bit about it, but we've got a lot more in store for you.
Oh yeah. Well, first of all, we promised people we would have a true 3D camera. But we're not actually shooting it on at this moment because she used the camera for the first. She used it for the first time at what?
Oh, at the Hollywood Sporting Clays. It's an invitational with the holiday Hollywood Celebrity Sporting Clay Invitational.
Yeah, and the gentleman that put it together
is Patrick Kilpatrick with his company Uncommon Dialogue.
Yeah.
And there were people such as Joe Montana was there, Scott McElrod, Eric Estrada.
Yeah.
And I mean a whole slew of people.
Yeah.
Ernie Hudson.
Yeah.
You just had a good time.
But this was the second time we've had the camera out. First time was at the Orange County Auto Show. Then at Mr. Patrick Kilpatrick's event, and you've seen Patrick Kilpatrick everywhere for the last quarter of a century, folks. He is a very menacing looking bad guy. Very menacing, big, you know. Actually, he's actually not as big as I am, which I thought was funny. I'm actually outweigh him. I got him.
But he's taller.
He's taller than me. He's got me by 4 inches. But I actually am bigger than he is, which is funny. But from that, we're segueing into a Sony event this week.
Yes, the Sony Bloggy Touch.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to have information on that, and we may get on the bad side of Sony. We're taking a 3D camera that they don't produce with us.
Well, I know, but we're also bringing Sony equipment.
We're bringing Sony equipment too. So we're bringing a Sony equipment. But see, Sony basically leads the industry in lenses for 3D cameras. I think a lot of the 3D stuff you're seeing is shot with Sony lenses. And Sony lenses about like that, I mean, or like that.
Oh, they're big.
They're big. I mean, they're big, but then they're meant to hook to a camera that's basically like that.
And it's mounted.
Yeah.
I mean, those are real professional.
I would be scared to use that camera because it comes down to like a, you know, like a size like a golf ball. But it's, but that's we're doing to that. Then we may, the next big thing we have on our list is, actually the really big thing on the list, which is, already people have heard about the announcement, is we're hitting the film circuit with a short. Basically, it's a combination of artwork and live production called True 3D, which we think will, in effect, will change. It's like we're saying, it's a baby step for us, but a large step for the viewing populace, because it means that you can see things in 2D and 3D exactly the same time, and it's a huge jump for the industry that produces the material, because our stuff can be done with one process. You don't have to have a 2D print and a 3D print. You only have to have one print, one, and it does both. So that's an industry changer. So you'll be seeing us doing a lot of we're going to be on the other side of the. Going to do a lot of stuff on the other side of the cameras for a while, because we're going to be doing the. All of these events, talking up True 3D for maybe then next year. We've got all the, going to be like at Venice and Cannes and all of these things, promoting the little piece of material. And it's only 3 minutes. It's basically, remember the first, the Great Train Robbery was the first thing in film industry that had a plot. And
was it?
Yeah, it's what made them famous. It basically really had, well, I mean, actually the Lumiere brothers and From Earth to the Moon, that had a plot, but that wasn't much of a plot because of a stage show. Whereas the Great Train Robbery was made to look like it was basically cowboys, robbing a train. Other was just the other did it on a stage. The Lumiere brothers were theatrical magicians, and they just did a theatrical piece, like a stage thing, and then filmed it. It was all so. But then from that, we're going to be next. What's the next big event in November? We're hitting.
Oh, SEMA.
Yeah.
The SEMA shows, Automotive Aftermarket, which is one of our favorite shows the entire year, and there's a lot of people out there. It's all the cool things you can do to your car.
Yep, and it's going to be done in 2D and 3D. We're going to be we have a camera set up basically, which is funny, you use two cameras most of the time to shoot 3D. We're using two cameras to shoot. One camera is a true 3D camera, the other camera is a 2D. But we're basically got the 3D hooked on top of the 2D.
Well, part of the reasons we're doing it is we're still in the experimentation stage, but also it takes a while to convert to 3D.
Oh,
so if we work with a true 3D and then a regular 2D, then you miss a lot of conversion time either direction, because sometimes you have 3D content and you want to make it 2D, then you still have to convert it the other way.
Yeah, and you know, the true, it's a difference in size of files. The 3D camera does it in one size files. If you convert the 2D system into a thing, you use another size of files. It's just the 3D takes one step out. But I can't shoot in 2D and 3D. Actually, but it can. Here's the neat trick about our camera. It shoots either 2D or 3D. The 2D is sort of a funny thing. It's the double. You get to see both pictures side by side in 2D. Which means I'm going to play with that too. You're going to get to see what a 3D picture, I'm going to show you what a 3D looks like in a little while that isn't 3D. Which is going to be funny. You're going to see the two pictures sitting side by side because they're two different lenses. You get to see how that's done. But then we're also,
well, in the LA Auto Show.
LA Auto Show, which will be done next. We were the first ones ever to do 3D I think we're the first people ever to do 3D in an auto show.
Oh, were we?
That was done last Thursday.
Oh.
Thursday the 7th, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, October 7th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And then we have holiday events.
Yep.
Then one of our other favorite events of the entire year which is the Rose Parade.
Yep. We will shoot we're actually, one of the things we're trying to get the logistics down. I can't get the system to recognize the 3D camera as a camera. It recognizes it as a video storage device, not as a camera. And as soon as I can get it to do that, we will start doing live 3D.
Yeah, that's the plan.
That is the plan too. Another one of the things is live 3D. We've told people this was all coming. It is not only came, it is setting right now. The 3D camera sits in another room. I mean, like last night, we did find out one thing. The thing does not like XP. The XP software.
Well, the XP software's kind of old.
I know, it does not like
That's
XP.
why, because it's more progressive, so it'll take Vista or 7.
Vista or 7, which we found that out real quick because I went crazy trying to get it. I have a gaming computer, which theoretically is the fastest because it's a big NVIDIA, but it's on XP. I could not get that thing. Basically, it shuts it off when it gets on it.
Well, because we had it converted to
XP because I wanted.
Because Vista was not that great.
Not that time, but it's still. But in a sense, we shot ourselves in the foot. But in a sense, we may not have shot ourselves in the foot because I actually have the Vista on a second drive.
Well, yeah, because we still have that other drive.
Which means if I plug.
Oh, you know what? We did, huh? It's entirely different drive. So all you do is plug the other drive in.
Plug the other drive in, and then I can load the software to that drive. Which means I could do it. So I get smart sometimes when I'm things then
after that, the Consumer Electronics Show. I mean, like days because we leave.
Actually, it's because of the way the situation is.
I
think it's
the 3rd.
It's the 3rd. We're going to be there. The Rose Parade is done like on
the 1st.
On the 1st, and that day we go home and go to bed. Because we're there at 6 o'clock in the morning.
No, before 6.
Actually, no, we're there at 6 o'clock.
We're there in our spots at 6 o'clock in the morning.
The thing doesn't start till like about 8 Los Angeles time.
Yeah, because you're leaving at what, like 4 a.m. You know what I mean? Because you leave, you leave, get ready, drive, park.
Yeah,
then you're in your spot at 6.
And believe me, you want to be in your spot if you're on the camera tower, because as we found out last year, the Asian contingent was there to see Jackie Chan. And they had the tower, and they were being. I got along well because the guy. One guy said, "You understand? We own this tower. We're being condemned under them." No, because we were having nice conversations. The guy from Shanghai, and me, and he was very. You want me to? Said, "I'll lower my camera down so you can shoot over the top of me." Which then the other people come in. Well, you people are hogging all the spaces. I had no problem with them. I mean, they're nice. That's because I was there before he was there, And we're looking at the spots, and he said, "My God, this is all the room we," because he had the camera like this.
Oh, well, yeah, and because I looked up to see him, and there's people standing, and there's people going
They're
like this.
underneath, they're over the top, and because he had his big thing, and he was in a spot next to me, you know, he lowered his system down, and I just shot over the top of him. And it, you know, they were really nice people. And then as soon as Jackie Chan split, they all left. I mean, they left. So I mean, you thought they could go up and down thing. But that's one of the things, you know. But it is right. I mean, we're talking 2 days after the Rose Parade. We're basically setting in Las Vegas, working. And we're working earlier this year too because the 20th.
Oh,
the 20th
yeah,
of October.
Yeah.
Was the one we passed by. Another consumer electronics event, the 20th of October.
Yeah, because we are getting ready. We are getting ready for CES, so they have all of these different events coming on.
That's right. So we're going to a precursor to the consumer electronics thing. We're passing up the consumer industry forum this year, mainly because we got another event the same night that the big event is going on in San Francisco. We can't do both. So it basically one runs.
Well, one CEA, another CES.
I know, and at the CEA we like because we get to set with the people that run the industry. But the CES is because we are consumer oriented. We're prosumer. We set on both sides of the thing. So we have to, you know, we should be there, but we can't be here if we're there.
Yeah.
And we need to be here because they're going to show us.
It's our preview.
I know.
So and then we go into red carpet season.
Oh, lots of red carpet season. And here comes the funny part of it is that, like we're talking about, as of today, we become part of the red carpet season. We're going to be, right now, the oddities, we stand behind the carpet and we're on the other side of the carpet. If you see a lot of the coverage now, you'll see Not a Spring Chick at a lot of these functions now because she's now reached a status. You know, like we're talking very hard status, folks. You know, where she basically invited to go into the functions herself. You know, not as a reporter, but as herself. You know, so as old JC. But we're going to be doing more and more of that. So we're going to be talking to people, you know, about doing a lot of major events in 3D that'll be happening in the local area for the entertainment industry.
Yeah, I mean, that takes us through for what, 6 months practically?
Yeah.
I mean, we've got a lot of things in store. And meanwhile, we're, of course, we're developing our buying guide. These are editors' picks buying guides for the holiday season. But we do listen in case there's something that you have out there.
Before SEMA, we're going to have an editor's picks on 2011 automobiles coming up.
Yes.
What's going to be hot in 2011. So we'll have we're going to have, before Thanksgiving, we will have the picks for Christmas.
Yeah.
And so we're going to do all of this stuff. We're also going to be, you'll probably see us at the Cannes Film Festival this year. Actually, 2011 we'll probably be at Cannes for the first time ever. And so it's going to be, because we intend to have a product in play at Cannes. I mean, they don't really give awards out for shorts, but they like to show the unusual, which means we can give you a news perspective of what it's like to be there with something in play. This is what all of the things we're going to be entering in. We missed entering the 3D thing, our true 3D.
Actually, if we had realized that was coming, we would have submitted.
Yeah, well, but the trick was we have been, as most people know, we've been experimenting for months. We have been experimenting.
Over a year.
We have been experimenting with the actual 3D stuff since the, you know, we tell the people, the Long Beach Grand Prix gave us the opportunity to start the experimentation in 3D.
Yeah, and we've been going daily in 3D since the Long Beach Grand Prix.
And we have to thank the gentleman over there for granting us the ability to come over to do the Long Beach Grand Prix because it gave us the opportunity to do things that were coming at us. You know, because at the NAB they told us, the people from Sony were nice enough to tell us how to shoot 3D properly. And that's what we basically set ourselves up. Well, I mean, like, we basically picked like spots that not